Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Nathan Garrett here, Zwift Community Live, and we've got the weekly wind-up from Zwift Community Live here. I'm Nathan Garrett, the host, obviously, and it is the weekend wind-up, more like it, for this week. And if you're not familiar with the weekly wind-up, this is just a quick snippet of what is going on this week/weekend out on Zwift. So real quick, as we get into the weekend on this Friday, there are some quick announcements that are pretty important, actually, if you want to jump out on Zwift this weekend and jump into what's going on in the community. Just announced, I just got an email, saw a couple of announcements out on Facebook and some of the other social media places, and it is about Coronas, but what's happening here is that Mitchelton-Scott are doing a gravel group ride, actually, this Sunday. You can go ahead and jump into that Sunday, March 8th. That's 5 a.m. my time. There's already 112 people jumping into the ride. Some of the top pros are going to be hanging out in there. I did see that Daryl Impey was already signed up, a couple of others. If you jump into the Zwift Companion app, you can actually already see who from the team is already signed up for this ride. It's going to be 3 laps over on the jungle circuit. They're going to be riding, I believe, on gravel bikes. It's going to start off pretty chill, but from what I'm told, things are going to start ramping up in the event. The event is linked below. All of the things in the weekly windup that you are going to find here are linked below. Now, what this is all about is because it is a homage to the canceled famous Italian gravel world tour races this weekend. So, you know, there is the reality that there's a lot of races that are being canceled, and because of that, a lot of them are moving virtually. Pretty cool, actually. Not cool that the races are canceled, but pretty cool that the pros and you can still get an experience as well out on Zwift. So go ahead and jump in there. We'll see if I can get into that ride. Maybe we'll live stream it. We'll see how that goes. Also, Absa Cape Epic has been announced this past week. Very cool. If you're unfamiliar with the Absa Cape Epic, it is held every year, Western Cape of South Africa. It's an 8-day stage race covering 647 kilometers. That's 402 miles, and it covers 15,550 meters. A lot of fives there. 51,000 feet of climbing. That's the reason why I couldn't say it, because we should be saying this in feet, right? Anyways, so if you want, there is a mission then that is going alongside of this. There's also a couple employees from Zwift that are heading over. They're training for it specifically. They've been training on Zwift as well. There's been a training program for the Absa Cape Epic since early February. And now to go alongside of that, there is a mission to unlock the Scott Spark RC. And if you do want to do that, you do need to jump into the game and select the mission. When you do first get into the game, there's a little mission up in the app there in the upper left-hand corner. Go ahead and select that, and you can start. Now, you can only do this mission by riding the Scott Spark. So you need to be riding the Scott Spark in order to get the mission complete. And the way that you do that is by climbing 2,850 meters or 9,350 feet on the Scott Spark. That is the distance of the climbing on stage 5 of the Absa Cape Epic. So, and then you get the cool zebra bike. See that zebra bike over there? That's the Scott Spark RC. Now, there's this crazy guy that hangs out in a lot of the streams. I saw this also. And you want to jump in and do this in one ride? Well, this guy's doing that. Shawn Mcaffe, he's got a YouTube channel. It's linked down below. March 7th, tomorrow morning. He wanted to do it as true as he possibly could. And in his video, he kind of goes and checks out all of the different places in Zwift that you can ride dirt, specifically with this mountain bike, in order to kind of get the real experience. None of them had any climbing, really. But there was a section he found that was climbing and had the same rolling resistance as dirt, and that is the radio tower. He says he's going to climb the radio tower enough times to hit the 9,000 feet in 3.5 hours. I think he said it was like, I don't even know what time. Was it 11 times? I think up and over the top. Something crazy. Go check it out. Give him a ride on. Subscribe down to his channel down below if you want to follow along to the live ride tomorrow morning. It's the easiest way to find him. He didn't give a time that he was doing it at or anything like that, from what I could tell. You could probably message him if you want to find him. He's all over the Facebook groups. Shared it up there. And if you want to jump in with him, give him some encouragement. Go get this done with him. He's kind of created his own event now. So pretty cool. Absa Cape Epic. Now, I spotted this llama dancing on a board. I'm not exactly sure what is going on here, but the llama, I don't know if he's kind of lost it or what the deal is, but he definitely was spotted doing something very odd here on this boogie board here. The llama is surfing, essentially. But speaking of the llama, he's got some cool videos he recently released. Definitely go check them out here. This one specifically where he is surfing on this rocker plate, you should go and check out, mainly because he gives a very honest review about what the rocker play is all about. Two very new techs, though, that are on his channel that I picked up on this week. I thought it was worth a mention for the llama, specifically because honest reviews, two new techs, never seen them before really in the industry. There's something that's very new to the world of Zwift. A lot of times llama, there'll be something new, but it not necessarily like totally new. You know what I mean? It's just a revamp of something else that's already in the market. But these are new things that are in the market. Honest review here of the rocker plates. Check out Llama's surf and turf is what I called it in the description below, because he does the review of the Elite Sturzo, and this looks really cool actually. And he's steering with this device, not with the phone. The steering with the device that's on his tire. It's pretty cool. So definitely go check that out. Some viewing for the weekend. Speaking of the llama as well, we did a ZwiftCast episode 77. Do you want some listening over the weekend? Episode 77 just released this past weekend. And so me, Simon, and Shane all talked about mainly this one thing. And there was a lot of feedback actually on specifically the announcement of episode 77, and then after announcement 77, specifically about the interview. And we talked a lot about the interview. I don't think we really pulled any punches. We had a lot of good. We had a lot of feedback, and some disagreements. It was pretty interesting. Definitely go check out episode 77 if you want a very in-depth. I had an 8-page script from Simon for in-depth review of the interview. So go check that out. We really had a good time with it. Also in episode 77, obviously Ella Harris is out there killing it. We chat a lot about that and how it's been a great for the Zwift Academy and really shown what the Zwift Academy can do. And then there was Fencegate. Now, nothing new here other than maybe a lot of you don't know the fence just disappeared. I actually got some messages saying that the feedback on the fence just suddenly disappearing, then how it was taken was like, yay, because you guys actually noticed that you guys were so passionate about the fence. Zwift was really encouraged actually by that. So it's in rehab. The fence is in rehab. That's what's going on with the fence. So if you don't see the fence out there right now, the news is that it's in rehab and that it's or being redone. That doesn't sound right. It's in rehab, but it's being rehabilitated. And Zwift is really encouraged by your outrage, actually, that you guys loved it so much. So good to hear. Also, in racing, last thing as we get through the rest of the weekly windup, Callus Cup this past week was the most exciting race by far that we've had in quite a while. Actually, the week before was crazy as well because it was one of the best lead-out trains we've ever seen from Canyon ZCC. James Phillips, UK national champion, coming through. The lead-out train coming from Diegner, coming from Viasen. They were all out there hammering away, and it was a prelude to what we're going to see this weekend with what we're going to talk about next. But huge upset yesterday. If you haven't watched the stream, I'm not going to tell you what happened. Go check it out. I thought it was done. I thought it was a Canyon ZCC train again. It wasn't. Go check it out. Amazing race. And the Callus Cup does not disappoint. Everybody's showing up for it. It was a tune-up for nothing other than what is launching this weekend. Then this is the last thing we're going to talk about today. And it is going to be the Tour of Watopia. Now, I just used this graphic because it shows you fairly well about what, it doesn't give you a whole lot of information as far as like what the Tour of Watopia is, except for where you're going, which I think is the cool part. And each one of these stages, right, there's 5 stages. It gives you the dates there. March 9th through the 12th is the first. And at the beginning of each stage, the night before, there's a Pro-Am invitational only race. I'm going to be commentating on each one of those races with Zwift Live. Those are all scheduled already. You can head on over to the page over on Zwift's website. You can find it on Zwift Insider as well. There's already links to the Zwift Live scheduled YouTube videos that are going to be live. And the Pro-Am looks to be really heating up. It looks to be absolutely amazing. Definitely go check those out as well. The first one's going to be on Sunday. So it's the Pro-Am Invitational that's on the flats on Sunday. And then on the 9th, the first stage launches. Then we have the first stage with a couple of different lengths. There's men's and women's. And then stage 2 on the 12th, then we have a Pro-Am. And then we have March 13th through the 16th. And then on the 16th, we have a Pro-Am, and so on and so forth. So the day before each day, there's a Pro-Am Invitational, and then everybody goes and rides what they just watched. And it's going to be on the loops, the climbs, the jungle, and then the volcano after the flats. So 5 stages, Tour Watopia. Absolutely awesome. Go ahead and check it out. And that's it for the weekly windup, the weekend windup. If you're looking for some things to do, let's go back over real quickly what we just told you about. So obviously, Mitchelton-Scott, if you're just tuning in this weekend, they're going to have that group ride on the gravel. Go ahead and unlock that Scott Spark. Information about that is linked down below as well. This crazy guy is going to be climbing to the top of the radio tower, getting that bike. So go join him on Saturday morning. The llama, he's surfing on this thing. I don't know if that's what it's made for. He kind of tries to show you what it's made for and gives his opinion about it. And he also does one of these things and makes a turn left and right for your mountain bike experience. Go check out episode 77, where we essentially go and give kudos as well as lots of feedback and criticism of this guy. We talk up Ella Harris. And then we talk about the fence gate. And then we'll see you all in the Tour Watopia this weekend. Make sure to go check out that Callus Cup. It was absolutely awesome. And we'll see you on Sunday for Tour Watopia. I will be there. And as well as I believe we've got OJ Borg on board. And I'm not sure who the other talents are out there today on Sunday. But we'll see you guys there over on Zwift Live. And then obviously next week for the rest of everything coming at you on Zwift Community Live with the 3R Supercritical race. So, all right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We will see you Sunday. Tour Watopia. Right on.